Soxy's balls are here to stay. They're never coming off, ever. Hi, so I am going to do one last post on Soxy's balls and the subject of Soxy's balls. Now, through my whole time on social media, not once have I said I am going to have his balls off. Not once have I wavered, faltered, absolutely never, ever, not once, never. His balls are not coming off. Now, the reason for this is he's a 20-year-old stallion. He is set in his ways. It's a very dangerous operation to have their balls off at his age. He cannot be stabled because he has lived out, just listen to this, he lives out in the field 24/7 and has done for the last 17 years. That's how I manage his cribbing, etc. So if he had the operation, he wouldn't be able to stand still. He wouldn't be able to do in a stable. He would be outside. So the chances of him bleeding out are very high. Also, it would not change anything about him. It would not change his behavior, his temperament, how he socializes with other horses. He is too set in his ways. He's an old man. He's very highly strung. It would not change him in the slightest. Now, for all the young generation that think they have their balls off and then they get released into a field with loads of horses and they all go galloping off together, that's spirit. That's a cartoon. This is not real life. It will not happen, okay? Sox will not change his temperament, his mannerisms, anything. Now, I know this because I've worked for probably 30 years in the industry. I've worked in multiple studs. I've worked with multiple stallions, and stallions like him do not change the temperaments. Now, some stallions do. I've known stallions with lower testosterone. You wouldn't even know it's a stallion. You could cut its balls off, turn it out. You wouldn't even know it's a stallion. Absolutely. But not this horse, not Sox. Absolutely not. Also, there is a chance that if he did have the operation and it was successful, the change in testosterone in him would probably make him depressed, and he'd probably end up cribbing more and just being miserable. I've seen that happen with lots of stallions. Soxy's balls have never been on the table. Absolutely never, ever been on the table whatsoever. Now, I have heard by word of mouth over in La La Land, there is a very British, Mary Poppins-like character in a similar situation to me, apparently, discussing having her stallions having it castrated. Now, I don't know who this very British person is, but they should be auditioning for the West End musicals, because I've never heard a British person talk like that. I certainly don't talk like that, and I certainly don't compose myself with such bad grammar, overuse of exclamation marks, phrases that don't even make sense in an email. Really sorry. I don't know who that person is, but not my circus, not my monkeys, nothing to do with me. I just want to come on here to tell you, Soxy's balls are here to stay. They're never coming off, ever. The balls are staying, and as we say, if you're very British, as we say, cheerio! Have a good day and take care.